If dogs win, I'll dye my hair like Rory Lobb, blue. That's just, they're not winning. They can't win. Like, enough has to be enough for this football club. I feel strangely comfortable about tonight.
Why is that, do you think?
I don't know, it's a sense of calm. I think I'm going to be calm with the boys. I'm going to sit there with half a bottle of red, pop a champagne at half time and just kick back and put the feet up. It's going to be unbelievable. I can't wait.
All right, everyone needs to calm down. Everyone calm down. It's happening. Now, normally I would say something dumb at half time and it ends up being egg all over my face, so I'm not going to do that. But have I started making plans for September? Potentially. Well, cut the season up. Cut the season up, because this fucking team, just be shit. If you're going to be shit for half the game, just be shit from the start. Don't be half good, then half shit. I'd rather you be shit from start to finish, because it's the fucking hope that kills you. You're good for a half, and then you're shit. We can't even be consistently shit, because this fucking piece of shit team.
Welcome back after a wild round 4 of football. Round 3, actually, was it?
Round 3?
Start again. Welcome back after a wild round 3 of football. We are back to unpack it all. Overreaction Mondays. It's all happening in here. It is all happening. We all had great weekends. Nothing particularly bad happened to either of us. Ollie, how was your weekend?
I did have a good weekend, but I wasn't... trying to remember.
Did I have a bad
Saturday
weekend?
night was awesome. Obviously, like that went
That
off.
would have been fun because you won. So that would have been...
Because we won, but there was something on
Did
Friday night.
I have a bad weekend. Friday night. I had food poisoning a bit.
Did you?
I had a bad butter chicken, so that wasn't ideal. Then Saturday morning was okay. Played golf. Nothing off the top of my head, really. The blue hair thing.
Of course.
That's what I definitely have bleached my hair right now as we're recording this. Yeah, so we're definitely, that's how could we forget? You couldn't forget. You know why I couldn't forget? Because you all were in my inbox commenting, when's the blue hair happening? Hey guys, I've got to breathe for a bit. You know, you're all on top of me, suffocating me.
It is
Let me
amazing
breathe.
how many people said, where's the blue? I'm like, mate, to be fair, it is Saturday morning.
Just
like,
relax.
we haven't
I
had a
wouldn't do it.
chance to do this
These
yet.
things take time. So we are going ahead right now. And as I said, my scalp is on fire. It's the first time I've ever done something like experimental with the hair, which I'm stoked about. The Honolulu blue is going to look amazing on me. I have no doubt that, that's
so
just
you
a given.
dyed your hair black growing up,
Well,
is
we're
that
talking
right?
about things we've done with our hair before. And I think we all went through a phase where, in like maybe year 7, like you're starting to just experiment with things.
Sure.
Sexuality, hair color.
Sure.
And you're like, you know what? I want to dye my blonde hair like jet black. And I did that. And at the time, you're like, hold on. Who's this handsome rooster looking back at me? Like, this guy's a stud.
Like Adam Driver's walking around,
And then you see a photo of yourself down the track like 10 years later and you're like, what was I thinking? But we've all done that, haven't we?
I don't think I've done... I mean, I've dyed my hair lots. I've probably had worse cuts than I have like a colour change.
Yeah.
But it's, everyone goes through it and here we are. And to be honest, I think it actually looks quite good on Rory Lobb. So I don't see why
Very similar
this
looking
won't
man.
work.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, I look great. I don't mind just the bleach itself. So I can't wait to see what it comes out like, which you'll all see at the end of the episode. So we're going to do this in parts. Dan, the hairstylist, is going to come in and check. Then we have to go upstairs and do the bleach, then come back down. So it's going to be a bit chunky.
Yeah.
You guys won't notice that at all in your ears or watching on YouTube.
Seamless.
Because it's seamless, but that's how we're going to go about this
This
today.
is, just so you know, Dan from Cake, he's my actual hairdresser.
Yeah.
And so he does my blonde.
Does a great job.
And he went, I'll do it.
Yeah, what a great man coming in here on a Monday morning. His first thing, he's probably like, you know what, I've had a great weekend. Monday blues. Well and truly, Monday blues has to come in here and like dye my hair blue.
3 clients probably cancelled because of this
what
last
a man.
minute.
So we're getting around to him. So thanks for him coming in. But just football's so dumb. Mm-hmm. Like I'm getting to a point where I think I'm over it. It's just a stupid sport to follow. It makes no sense why we do it to ourselves. Like, a weekend from hell. And we'll get into it when we unpack every game. But just like... why am I doing this to myself at this point? Makes no sense. The worst part is I genuinely thought we were going to win.
You did, didn't you? You really did.
I had believed it in my bones.
Yeah.
I called it.
Yeah.
And then people putting together these TikToks of like just me saying something, then the end result. It's just like, I've had the worst weekend.
The edits are great at the moment, aren't they?
They're so good at editing as well. I'm liking them. I'm like, you know what? It's at my expense, but I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I kind of like it. So we'll unpack that. Your weekend was good, though. You said you tried a new pub. So that was big for you. No Platform 28.
No Platform 28. I actually think that might have been a little bit too much for me. I think I would have been.
It was going off.
Yeah, no, it was going off. But we went to the Moondog something that's opposite Marble, and
Yeah.
I'd never been there, and it's like a jungle in there. It's bloody awesome.
Is it?
If you haven't been, honestly, it's pretty good.
It's the way to go.
Saturday night was
Dream come true again. Who do you have next week? This week coming up.
Port Adelaide.
That's right. Is it? Mm-hmm. In that, because you were saying to me before we recorded that you'd shave your head if they lost.
Fuck off, Andy.
Upstairs, you were saying that.
No, but I'm prepared to start entering into that. I need to put something on the line at some point.
You should.
It won't be that. Like, it just won't be.
Just jump in the deep end like I do.
No,
What can go wrong?
well, a lot. I mean, like, you've said what your home life is like at the moment because of the stupid decisions you made.
Sorry, that's just my lawyer saying, are you actually dyeing your hair blue? Yep. Yeah, a lot. Yeah, home's tough for me.
So, like, I'm taking things one step at a time. But honestly, Saturday night was so fun to put a team to the sword. I thought that there was a chance it could be a percentage booster. I'm very rarely cocky, so that I kind of regretted.
Yep. It was a fill-up, wasn't it?
I was like, I got a bit excited there. But turns out it was accurate. We piled on 135 points with still, 3 people who would enter that forward line the second that they're fit. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably a good segue into what happened in this game. Reece Mansell's suspension.
Yes.
So it was graded as careless conduct, severe impact, and high contact. At the game, did you go, that's bad from the start, or did you not see it till post-game replay?
Andrew Bassett and I nearly jumped the fence.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did he hug you? Oh, excuse me. Ollie, hold me back here a little bit.
I've got a good photo of us watching. I'll show you.
So he was up and about.
He
This
was
is President
furious.
Andrew Bassett of Secure Footy
Furious.
Club. So
Yeah.
you saw it and went, that's not it.
Yeah.
I mean, the suspension I agree with. So he's getting 3 weeks. Now, they are going to the tribunal to challenge it, which I also get.
Sure.
Because I don't like the act. I think we can all agree it's not a good look for the game, pushing players into oncoming traffic.
Yep.
Because it's just I don't want to say dog act, but it's very like canine-y.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in
something
that family.
four-leg related.
It is something
absolutely.
four-leg related. I didn't like it all. So I agree with the suspension 100%, but it's 3 weeks. I think we've come to a point now where we know that if you do cause a concussion, you are getting 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That's just going to be the baseline of it. But it's just the inconsistency once again from this league where Jinby broke a jaw of Lawler, and that was fine. And then the AFL came out and said they sent out a memo after that incident. And they said pretty much like, if this happens again, you're a warning, here are some examples of it. And that was before the season started. And then I feel like another 4 incidents happened.
Yeah.
And no one got away anything. But now Mansell is the one that takes a fall for all those other instances. So I get it, but I'm like, poor Mansell cops it after it's happened numerous times.
It's because he's Tasmanian. They're just piling in on him.
And he plays for Richmond. That's what they're saying, Richmond fans. So I don't know. I mean, the argument now they're saying is, could Mansell have seen the oncoming traffic of Lynch and I think it was Caminiti coming at him? Mm-hmm. Which, if you slow everything down, you'll say yes. But I don't know. I don't know that he was purposely pushing the Irish man,
Liam O'Connell,
into it on purpose.
Yeah.
I think it was very much like he's away, just the way they were moving, a push off to try and. I don't think that instance is. I think if you're behind, you do it.
Okay.
I don't know about the one in front.
If you behind is in like, what do you mean? So
So if I'm behind, you and I are contesting for ball,
Yep.
and there's coming in, I know there's 2 people in front of me.
Like
and I
the
push
Gary
you into
Ablett
that, like
situation?
that. Gary
Yep.
Ablett, Stephen May incident.
Yep.
That I get. But the one where you're coming on front, I'm not sure you have that
Yep.
reaction time to be like, that thinking process is that window's so small.
Yep, okay, I'll
So I
give you
don't
that.
get that bit.
Yep.
But so I don't know. Well, they're going to tribunal. The AFL, it's going to be a lengthy tribunal hearing. David Zito will be in there for hours because they're going to argue all these other incidences. The AFL say, no, these are now a blanket rule. This is us making a statement. So I get it, but I don't. Mm-hmm. It's just frustrating.
That's where we're at in the AFL. Get it, but we don't.
It's all frustrating. I mean, even the next thing's frustrating. Hobbs staging fine. Did you see this incident?
No, I didn't see it.
So Hobbs was tackled by Ollie Wines.
Yeah.
Kind of in a 360, and then his head hits Rosie's knee. And the AFL said in that instance right there, you're fined $1,500 for staging. So I don't get how he gets fined for staging here when he has the ball and he's literally handled it to a teammate. Like, why would he want to stage then when he's got the football and he's looking for a teammate?
Well, there's nothing to stage
There's
for,
nothing
really.
to stage in that. That doesn't make any sense. And if he had got concussed off the back of Rosie's knee, then we'd be saying Ollie Wines gets 3 weeks.
True.
MRO has lost its mind.
Yep.
Again, we're back to the same place we were last year where we're just changing the rules on the fly.
Get the dice out, roll it. Yep, 3 weeks.
We all thought that we were past this.
Yeah.
The AFL were past this, making things up. But I thought it was rules are rules.
Yeah.
You look at the end of the year and do that. But now we're back to let's change the rules. No, we don't like that now. It's been happening for weeks, but now we don't like it. The staging fine's ridiculous. That's not staging. He's in a contest. The one we need to get rid of is flopping. The flopping stuff needs to go. Mm-hmm. If the MRO wants to fine anyone for staging, anyone who flops should get a fine. Mm-hmm. And if it's a bad flop, like you put lots of mayo on it, you get suspended. It's happening too often. We're getting way too comfortable with a flop.
Is that not staging though?
It is, but they don't fine it. So they'll fine Hobbs who has the football.
Yeah.
And handballs to a teammate for staging. But I think it was Mark Keane or I've been having heaps of times throughout the round where they're going to push and shove.
Yep.
And they know the umpire's there. And as soon as they know a push is coming their way, they flop to the ground. That has to go. That is the worst look.
You'd hate soccer, wouldn't you?
Well, it's just, we don't want to become that.
No.
But soccer is known for that, and they've had it for years, and I think it will very much be like that for the rest of history in soccer.
Yep.
But AFL, we don't do that. We don't flop. It's just like, I think it's got to be stamped out.
Yep.
You can't do it.
No, I think that's fair.
You can't do it. So anyone who flops from now on, hopefully they now start finding people.
Who's the biggest flopper, do you reckon? Current flop?
Current flopper? Who's big at flopping? I don't know. It seems the title gets thrown around a bit. I just don't like the premises of I know there's an umpire there, I'm going to flop here.
I think we've got a few people who play for free kicks.
The ducking thing is different to a flop.
Yeah, correct. Well, it's pretending you're injured.
Yeah.
That's very different to, say you've put a bit of mayo on being pushed in the back or you're ducking, that kind of thing.
Like Sarong did one yesterday in the Derby Derby. Where Reed was over him, where he knew the umpire was there. Reed went to shove him in the chest and he flopped over. Now, you're just not falling to the ground like that normally in every day.
No.
He comes down to check. So I think it has to go completely.
Okay. So before we move on, we've got a quick hair update from Dan the Man.
How are we looking?
10 more minutes. I'm going to take this off.
Go for it.
Let it breathe.
We're letting the hair breathe here. It actually wasn't burning as much as I thought.
Really?
No, it was all right. Happy? Yep. 10 more minutes? All right, we've got 10 more minutes
Come on in.
Well done. Did you see that the package stringer obviously made his debut with the Giants?
He did.
He's on a skin folds clause in his contract where I think he literally gets tested every quarter, like every 3 months. Where's this article? I didn't put the article here. We need to find it. So it says, Jake Stringer's here. Star recruit Jake Stringer has a rare contract clause that will see him miss out on income unless he stays in top physical condition. So Jake Stringer's doing skin fold tests, which I thought they banned.
I thought they did too.
I thought we banned that. But he must have signed his contract saying, you know what, when I'm throughout the season playing, to make sure this relationship stays healthy and I'm motivated, because motivation is a big thing for him. Does my hair look ridiculous? We know motivation is a big thing for him.
Yeah.
And that the E17 thing where he'd sign the 3 years.
Yes.
And then have 12 months where he's coming up to contract. Previous 3 years would be a bit shitty.
Yeah.
But then the 12 month going into a new contract, he'd light it up, kick 40 goals like he did last year.
Yep.
So he's now saying to the Giants are saying, look, we're happy to give you income. But if you start having Macca's, KFC,
Legend,
all legendary moves, but if you start doing that and then not meeting your skin for requirements, we won't pay you the full income.
do you think that's... there's a part of me that goes, I totally understand why they're doing it, but is there not a better way in 2025 to monitor performance that's not around skin fold? Because Jake the Package Stringer could easily kick 4 goals and still not be in elite physical condition.
Some guys just have extra skin.
He's a bit older as well.
I generally thought we banned skin fold testing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm now thinking about. I don't know how they're able to do this. The AFLPA will have a field day with this.
Yeah.
When they find out.
I don't know. It's not... I think it'd be fair to be like, okay, you need to do every now... once a month you got a 2K time trial. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that a better way of doing it? Or... something that just sort of monitors the fact that you're keeping up with the schedule.
Just an eye test with him.
But
So when you just an eye test, like, his performance is down. Is he looking a bit... Like, now you would never lift his top up and be like, oh. But, But it's like going...
Here he comes.
You can't be like, every Monday, every 3 months, every Monday, Jack Stringer's going to come here, we're going to do the skin fold test to see, like, how he's going, regardless of how he's playing.
Yeah.
Like, there's ways around that as well. Players are so smart. I remember we used to get the ice bath, used to shrink the skin. Mm-hmm. So you go like an ice bath for 10 minutes and then go do your skin fold tests, and the clamps were hard to get on your skin. And also, you pretend that you had like a 6:30 massage. So they did it early before you trained.
Yeah.
and you pretend that you had like a massage, and you'd get the massage oil and just put it all over your tummy, all over the loose bits, and then the clippers would be hard to actually...
You just did everything but train really hard, didn't you?
I was always
You've got an excuse for everything.
I was very much like, let's be smarter than harder here.
Yeah.
You know, like if Benita, the skin folds lady, is struggling to get the skin.
Why stick to a diet and fit regime?
Yeah.
When I can put massage oil on my abs.
Yes, we could eat, no carbs and kangaroo steak.
Yeah.
Boys, I get that. This is at the pub after we lost 10 games in a row by 10 goals. Or before your skin fold test, you say that you've gone for a massage and you just oil up your arms, the back of your arms, the tummy, your legs, your calves. And Benita can't actually grab onto the skin. It's perfect.
So what's the go with that though? Do they then go, we'll do it another time? Or do they just get what they can and be like,
well,
okay,
because there's like a line of 20 blokes ready to go and you got to fit it in before the team meeting on like 7:30. So say it starts 6:30 skinfold testing, 7:30 ends because of the team meeting, then you got to train. So you'd hopefully, she's got pressure on her. There's 20 blokes behind waiting to get their skinfold testers. They're lubed up to the max as well. Everyone's dripping oil. Like, it's just foolproof. So we're totally stringing. He looks in good shape though.
Yeah, well,
he looks in great shape. He didn't play like he was in great shape, but that's nothing to do with his physical condition. I think he'll take a while to work out their systems, but hopefully he stays in this skinfold range, which I still think is highly illegal.
Yeah, agreed.
Highly illegal. Sydney West Coast fans have no idea if Chad is staying at Sydney or if he's leaving. So we all thought, the news came out during the week, that it looks like he'd sign a 2-year deal to take himself to free agency with Sydney. And Sydney fans lost their minds, saying, how good is this? He's not going anywhere. He's going to hang around. That's all we needed. Now get the season back on track. Let's get going. And then, because Sydney had the bye this week, he stayed in Freo for a few days after their game against Fremantle, which is always dangerous. Had time to talk to friends and family. And now I don't think we have any idea what he's going to do when he said this at the interview at the airport.
There was a few comments, 2 years with the Sydney Swans contract extension. Is that something that you're probably leaning towards at the moment?
To be honest, I'm not too sure at all. Obviously, that's there, and that's something I've got to think about too. But I've still got a lot to weigh up, and I obviously enjoyed my time back home here a lot. So I think it's going to be hard for me, and I think that's why I kind of just want to keep my mind open, as I've said before, and just let the year play out. So
it is open to return back here to WA. You haven't closed off that possibility.
No, I think nothing's closed off really.
Derby this weekend. Who are you supporting? Fremantle or West Coast?
Jeez, I reckon it'll be pretty close, to be honest. I reckon I want to see Harley get a win this week, so I'll be going for him.
He clearly either wants to go home in a twist, or Harley's going to Sydney. In an even bigger twist.
That would be one of the great twists, wouldn't it?
So now they've got no idea. We're so confused what he's doing now. It looked like he's going to stay. Now it looks like he's going home. He's got renters in his rental.
He does.
So that's a sign that maybe he's not, hard pressed to go home. I have no idea what he's doing. I generally don't think he even knows what he wants to do.
I tell you what, though, I felt bad for him there at the airport. He was like a lamb to the slaughter. He looked so vulnerable.
Yeah.
With a news crew coming towards him.
Yeah.
Like,
all
he
alone.
shouldn't have said any of that, realistically. Because, now it's like, okay, so even if he does come to Perth, it's obviously between two clubs. He probably wants to go to West Coast because he loves Harley Reid. It's just like, it's all a bit like, oh.
I know, it's very messy. It won't get I think they got to around 10 Sydney until they start realising that this guy's not hanging around.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason, that's 10 weeks, that's almost 2.5 months to think about things.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you got another 2.5 months of the season. You want to set up, yourself for off season, make some moves, travel, a footy trip, which is illegal as well also. But, I think around 10's the cutoff zone for Sydney fans to know where he's going. We found out what players are studying at the moment, what they're actually studying, which is a weird post for the AFL to do. We don't really venture down studying an AFL players, but they put this out there, what their careers might be post-season or post-football. Now, some did surprise me. We'll go through some of these that stood out to me. So studying psychology, Patrick Cripps. I mean, his psychology, his brain, being a current player, you'd want to study that, how he does it. Mm-hmm. That's a big one. DJ Shipboy, Taj Woden, Charlie Ballard, all studying psychology.
Interesting.
International relations politics, Tom Green.
Oh, yeah.
Could you pick that?
What's the polite way of saying
No.
I didn't think he was that intelligent?
No, fair enough then. Oh, this one is so perfect. Philosophy, Tom Barras. Of course it is. When he's talking about drones in cathedral towers, of course he is.
You know what, though? He's a bit of a surprise. I don't think you can teach philosophy.
What do you mean? It's born with you?
I think it's born with you. Yep. I reckon part of me thinks Tom just does philosophy, you know? He does his own study of philosophy. He doesn't
Good
need a
Instagram
lecturer
page.
telling him, you know?
New Instagram page, Tom does philosophy. Yeah, I think
TDP.
you're right. He could say anything and I'd be like, man, that's so deep.
Oh, yeah. It's wrong, but it's deep.
Could say his coffee order, I'd be like, man, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
So he's doing philosophy. Riley O'Brien might be the smartest person in Australia. Bachelor of Medicine Science, MBA, Master of Public Health, Master of Neuroscience at King's College London. That's a smart guy. And a ruckman too. Ruckman, we're not the, sharpest tools in the shed. We're not rocket surgeons.
No, I'm just looking at you.
Yeah.
No.
it makes sense. I mean, we'll get through these first. I'll tell you what I'd do.
Okay.
Law, Orazio Fantasia.
Okay.
Finn McGuinness, Josh Ward, Project Management, Kyle Langford, Medicine, Sam Davidson.
Okay.
Who's the smart cookies in the league? If I was there, I'd be like, hey, they'd be like, what are you studying? I'd be like, oh, mate, I'm doing self-defense classes. Just because, you don't know when you'll need these skills on the streets. That makes no sense at all. Ready? Cool, let's do it.
We're ready for a break.
Yep, that is a nice Guernsey, that one. So, moving along. I didn't realise this, but did you know that the commentators aren't at the game? So Fox
No.
Footy don't send their commentators to the game.
No.
They haven't been. And I only realised this because on the 7 broadcast of the Kangas and the Crows game,
Yeah.
BT called it out because he works for 7. And he said, it's good to be here in Adelaide, actually at the game, the only broadcast team that is. So Fox Footy haven't been sending commentators to the game.
That is fascinating. I know that is a thing. Like, if you can't get there, if there's like, if it's another sport like soccer,
Yeah.
you're doing a Socceroos game and they're playing in Asia somewhere, so it's like you do it from a studio. But
to
you
not
would
go
have
there.
thought Fox would have been.
What happened in COVID, and they'd be like, oh, it's the new norm for us, just to
Yeah.
not be there all the time. But you got to take a team there. You got to get a feel for the game.
Absolutely.
Some people were saying, I don't know if it's a Fox one, but they were like, Mark Howard and the Dermy team didn't sound that enthusiastic because they weren't there. And I get that totally.
Well, that's fine.
Now, BT saying that, I would still rather listen to Matt Hill call a game through a tin can telephone than
Sure.
listen to BT.
Sure.
So that has nothing to do with the argument, but I thought it was interesting. Before we unpack the round that was, let's unfortunately do this. The hotline.
Richmond does footy. Yeah, yeah. Richmond does footy. Yeah, yeah. Richmond does footy. Yeah, yeah. Hotline, yeah. Richmond does footy.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Richmond does footy. Yeah, yeah. Richmond does footy. Yeah, yeah. Hotline, yeah.
Yep, here we go. Let's unpack these. There's a lot here. I don't know if we'll go through all these because there's so many. This one's from Fred Valentine.
G'day, Dan. Sorry for rubbing salt in the wound, but just wanted to remind you that the Hawks have Carlton's 2025 first round pick and second round pick, so I'm praying on your downfall.
Yeah, well, that's not what I've got blue hair right now, so it's not really what I need to hear. But thank you, Fred, for reminding me that we don't have a first round pick and it's actually yours, Hawks, which is now pick 3 at the moment. So it could be pick 1.
That's fantastic,
It
isn't
could
it?
be pick
Yeah,
1.
that's
All right.
worked well.
Who's this?
I just thought I'd jump on here and say, what the fuck is Geelong doing kicking long? Get a shot! Get a shot! Please! Get a shot! Just get a shot!
Yeah.
You've got the fucking borders!
Secondary cry in the background. Geelong fans went through it. Who's this? Troy.
Big Ollie, Richmond. How are we, boys?
Not great.
Now, I know we had the Melbourne Comedy Festival in town, but I didn't realise it was going to be fucking coming early. How can 24 blokes try and send a share in a space, mate? The roof's closed, you bunch of idiots. We would have lost some balls if it wasn't for that roof. Gorringe, I'm sick of it, mate. I never thought I'd say this, but go and grab your jumper, mate. You could probably do a better job than those idiots.
Massive.
Honestly, I've been tempted. Some of the games, I'm like, you know what?
Why not?
Put me in. Blue hair, blue on the back. I'll carry the club to the promised land.
Oh, boys. You wonder why Bailey Smith isn't returning your messages? It's because he's too busy being Lockie Neal's pet. It's too fucking easy, boys. 3-0. Dan's there with blue hair, 0-3. 3 and fucking 0. Played 2 teams in the top 4 last year. Premiership hangover. Premiership fucking kick-ons, boys.
That's good.
Premiership kick-ons.
That's great, call by Isaac. Yeah, Lions aren't having a hangover. They're at kick-ons right now. Just partying still. That's great, Isaac.
Premiership kick-ons
That's
might
awesome.
be my favourite thing
I
ever.
mean, he's nailed me between the eyes. I definitely sitting here with blue hair. That is a given. Wow, Premiership kick-ons. That's very good by him. Who's this?
Fucking how about them gold cunts? Fuck yeah, yo!
If that's not the most Gold Coast supporter you'll ever hear, just again.
Fucking how about them gold cunts?
Oh,
Fuck yeah,
you guys just sitting in his surfing van.
You
just,
can hear the vodka cruiser come out of his breath.
Ready to go. That's the most
Sitting
Gold
there.
Coast supporter ever. There's only like 3 of them.
G'day, Big Ollie, little Daniel Rich, Big Dosser here, on the way to work on a Sunday. Get that kind of, you know. Was it the Richmond game last night? Richmond fan. I think I cried on my seat, but that's not the point. My point is just to have a little bit of a talk about a promotion that Big Ollie Gill did. It was thumbs up or thumbs down.
Oh, no.
And the last photo to thumbs up or thumbs down to was the big man Ollie Gill himself.
Oh, no.
And it's come up on the screen, 3 or 4 screens, whatever it is at Marvel, shithole. And he's acted like he didn't put it up there himself. He's acted surprised. He's gone, oh, who's done this? Come on, Ollie. We're on to you, buddy. First it was the followers. Now we're trying to gauge public opinion at Marvel. He's trying his hardest, and we love him for it. Anyways, that's all. Love you, lads.
Wow. So, true rumour?
Some of it's true, some of it's
Oh, well,
false.
what's not true?
I definitely didn't know that it was coming up. I definitely didn't sort it out. It happened though, so we played a game of thumbs up, thumbs down, and I said essentially something's going to happen on the screen. I'm going to read it out, and then we're going to find some people in the crowd want you to put your thumbs up or thumbs down to this. So it was like night grand final, pineapple on pizza, that kind of vibe.
So are people doing the game where their heads are down? And
No, that's heads down, thumbs
Oh,
up.
I guess not.
Now, that would be
So they're doing
difficult to
that.
get 40,000 people to do. No, this was just thumbs up, thumbs down.
yeah.
And then the last one was a picture of me.
Great. And what was the...
Overriding, like, down.
Oh,
yeah.
people down
And I was
on
like,
you.
right, I'm coming to find them all.
We're not doing this again.
No.
Yeah, okay.
Terrible activation.
Also, was it really hot at Marvel?
It's quite
for
warm.
your game?
It's quite warm.
People are saying it's way too hot there. Spectators like...
I
they're
actually...
saying too much.
There's that, but there's also been, if you want to hear it out now, a pretty massive rumour that has changed the outlook of Marvel Stadium and its entertainment.
What's happened?
I wasn't very loud on the weekend. My interview with Rui wasn't very loud.
They gave you that fake Mike Durham treatment, didn't they?
Gave me a Durham treatment. I thought the Saints song wasn't very loud. It was all very quiet. And everyone picked up on it for starters. So people were messaging me like, mate, get them to bump the volume up a bit. We can't really
Kind
hear.
of shit down here.
Geelong last week
Oh, no.
played against St Kilda.
Mm.
Chris Scott is rumoured to have complained that everything was too loud
No
while he was
way.
getting his interview with Fox Footy he couldn't hear.
Chris Scott, you snitch.
And so he said, I'm telling you, this is what I've been hearing. That
Yeah.
he said,
No, we
turn
love
it-
this.
Turn it down. Everything needs to be turned down, whether it be me or the music or like the songs at the start that we're running out to. Everything's too loud. So on Saturday, everything was a lot lower. You'd know it. If you were there, you'd know.
Such a long thing for them to be like, you know what, it's too loud in here, can you turn it down? Get to a retirement home, Chris. This is Marvel Stadium.
Yep.
We're in the season. We're cranking things up. We're doing heads down, thumbs up.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay? Wow.
That's the thing. So
Chris Scott and Geelong complaining that it's too loud in
too
Marvel
loud 'cause he
Stadium.
couldn't hear his interview like when he was doing one.
Mate, that's good atmosphere. Just because
Yeah.
they probably don't even have any volume down at Cardinia Park.
No, I mean, it would be annoying trying to answer your question and you've got me going, Mason, whoa. Now, that would be annoying. but
That's home ground advantage, though.
Exactly right.
Such a Chris Scott thing to do.
Yeah,
I hate that so
not
much.
happy.
Mate, Dan, your name is Gorringe.
Oh, here we go.
But you look like a fucking orange,
Oscar's a
mate.
psychopath.
Look at you.
Here we go.
Those wrinkles, like
Crazy town.
wrinkly orange, mate. Anyway, Carlton fucking sucks, mate.
What the?
Carlton are so shit.
What?
They literally just keep shitting out shit and then eating it up.
Landon.
It's just the most recycled shit every single week. I swear to God. Up yours, mate.
Xavier, what did I do? Oh, is that so personal? Did you say I had wrinkles? And I look orange? Xavier, who the fuck are you?
Let's just settle down, Zave.
Xavier, you need to calm down, okay? That's too much. You don't get on my hotline and start abusing me about my wrinkles and my orange skin.
That's way too
Xavier
much.
needs to relax. That wasn't even the message. You just went on a personal attack thing, Xav.
Hey, Dan, it's Rob.
Oh.
I was at the game on Friday night. I
angry.
barracked for the Dogs. It was so hilarious. You flogs were up and about in the first quarter, helped by
ladies
some
and gentlemen. We've turned left to the
umpiring
crazy town.
decisions, and Doggies made some basic errors. Went a bit more quiet in the second quarter, even more quiet in the third quarter. Then with 4 minutes left, you all started leaving the ground,
the Carlton way,
abusing the players.
That's my team.
You guys are absolutely pathetic. It was hilarious. Sucked in Carlton, sucked in Dan. Hope you enjoyed it.
I didn't.
And I can't wait to see your blue hair.
You'll see that.
Bye.
Oh, that's nice. That was nice of him, I suppose.
All right.
Lots of love.
So we're in Crazy Town right now.
Took us 3 weeks and we're here.
Here we go. This is getting very pointed. Hopefully Scott's something a bit less mean.
Mate, the Crows are on fire. We're going to win the flag. Calm the fucking Crows. Go! And Carlton fucking sucks. Let's go, David Gorringe.
What has happened this week? Okay, we're doing a couple more. I don't know how long I can do this. We're doing a couple more.
Fuck me. Fucking West Coast. Team Kelly with a fucking hardball! Fuck! Shit! I'm fucking sick of it, Dan! Fuck!
Yeah, well, I feel you. I feel you, West Coast fans. Going through it just like we are. All right, we got here.
Dan, I want to hear you say that we did better than the last 2 weeks. And keep up the positivity, mate.
Okay.
I mean, do you want to
we
lie?
We definitely did worse, if that's possible. We were better at being worse, and I've never been more heartbroken in my life. And if they rock up like that again this week, we're getting absolutely thumped. So if there's a positive in that, start spinning it.
Find one, yeah.
Start spinning it.
I'm 22 years old.
Yep.
I've been following Carlton for 22 years.
Mm-hmm.
Will I ever see them win a flag? Tell me now. If not, I'm going to change to Essendon.
Okay,
Well.
22 years old. I can confidently say that we're both going to be dead before they win a flag.
Yeah.
Like, you may as well go to Essendon right now.
I don't know if that's
Thompson
not
move.
hedging your bets, though, really.
I mean, the only confirmed thing is we'll definitely die before they win a flag.
Yeah, we know that.
That's 100% happening.
Yeah.
So I would move clubs. I highly recommend moving clubs. I'd move house. I'd move state. Just get away as far away as possible as you
That's
can.
an interesting tactic.
That'd be my advice, if that helps at all. Last one.
Move states.
I'm not going to pile on you, little Richie,
Thank you.
It is what it is. Sad to see your team lose, but I do want to say maybe this is just a bit of karma for all the disrespect you give our sweet, sweet angel Ollie and his team, the Saints. Just episode after episode, nothing good to say about them, and maybe this is karma coming back to bite you. So maybe a bit more positivity towards big Ollie, and it'll be up from here.
Honestly, fuck St Kilda. I can't wait for them to absolutely fall away again. That would bring me great joy.
Why? Why do you do? Why are you so angry?
Because I've got blue hair, mate. That's why.
Yeah, but
got blue hair. Last one, I swear, from Brad.
I'm looking at the ladder now. 7th does look
Dan,
good.
can you shut your fucking mouth for one fucking week? Don't do anything stupid next week like, oh, I'm going to get the Collingwood jersey tattooed on my fucking chest next week.
What?
Shut your mouth, please, so we can hold a fucking lead.
Okay, it seems like maybe people are taking it out of me. I don't know if this is like a growing concern for everyone out there.
Hey, little Rich. Just wondering if you could shut the fuck up I am so sick of hearing your voice at halftime saying we're going to win. You are bloody jinxing us, mate. And I swear to God, if I have to hear you at halftime saying we're back, booking my tickets for September, I'm going to fly to fucking Melbourne.
Okay, I think Adam's a bit angry about something else that we're not going to go into, but obviously Adam's got something going on at home. We hope you all the best, but I feel like this is pointed. I feel like this week's very pointed towards me, like I'm the bad guy here, which we may as well get into right now. Friday night, Carlton, Doggies, Carlton up for a half. Now, I mean, before we get into it, this podcast is very much a podcast where I think you should know that we probably don't take our team losing too well.
No, oh God, no.
It's been shown. So do you want me to get really dark on the Blues, or are we going for the calm, everything is okay tone? What do you think we should do first?
I think... Are you going to do both?
Nah, I've prepared for the dark path, but I can try and spin it.
You are 0-3. You've lost 2 games at least that you'd think you should be winning.
Yep.
The Hawthorn game was,
Yep.
There's only a dark side here.
Okay, well, everything's fucked.
Yep.
Everything's completely fucked. I can't see an upside here. And I know that people come to this podcast to see me be really flat, upset, down on my team, angry, blue hair, Richmond Orange, and you got your wish.
Yeah.
The whole situation is not good. So our back six continue to show up. Our defense, they are always showing up. They're put in bad situations flat out all game, every game so far this year, and they hold strong. It's the rest of the team that is just nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
Our forward line defensive pressure is historically bad.
Yep.
There is no pressure there at all. Tom DeConning will have his career cut short if he keeps having to carry the club. Like, he's too young for this. We saw what happened to Cripper, and he came out of it, and he's got the shoulder tape on, he's got the knees taped. Like, he is battered and bruised from carrying the club. Tom DeConning is doing the same thing. We cannot let him. He's doing all the rucking at the moment. 28 touches, 28 hits again on the weekend. He's averaging 25. He's got to save himself.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm wishing him all the best when he leaves the football club, because it will happen.
To the Saints?
He is not staying around for this.
No.
He'll take the 1.7 a year, whatever it is at St Kilda.
Yep.
He can't. We are absolute arse when Cripper isn't Superman.
Mm-hmm.
When he doesn't have the cape on, we just turn to water. And everyone's like, oh, well, what's the issue? What's the main thing about the Carlton that makes them so bad at the moment? Our best six are unbelievable. All Australian studs, Coleman medal winners, Brownlow winners, like all the rest. And then our bottom six could be the worst 20 players in the league.
What about in between?
In between is just a bunch of guys.
Just a bunch of guys. So
but our top six, unreal.
Yep.
You talk Charlie, Harry, Cripper, Wiedering, unbelievable. Who else is that? Tom DeConning, that kind of category. And then the bottom six is just like, get some Oz kickers instead.
So what you've done is you've prioritised the spine and you've forgotten about the ribs and the organs.
We're ribless.
Yeah.
We're gutless.
Yeah.
We've got a spine, that's for certain. There's definitely a spine there. It's a good spine. But in terms of that, we've got no meat on this bone.
No.
There's nothing there. So having 4 goal kickers in this game shows that we are literally just a Charlie or Harry forward line or a Kempy forward line. 4 goal kickers. Thank God Kemp kicked 5 for us to even be in this game. And that's when you know it's all fucked up. It's all fucked up.
Yeah. And if you compare that to an Adelaide Crows, for example, pretty much every player is scoring more than 1 goal at the moment, it feels like.
Yeah, we'll get to their game and their goal kickers. It's crazy how many goal kickers they have.
And
we're having 4.
Yeah.
Everything's cooked. Everything. I know every coach is a little bit delusional about how their game plan is and the structures and what they want to go into each round trying to master and get right and get some momentum in games and win games. But whatever Vossi is doing, we've had 3 weeks of the exact same results.
Mm-hmm.
And you know it's coming. Start well, then absolutely just don't even come out for halftime.
Mm-hmm.
So something has to change, but we're still rolling out the same show for everyone. You like that first half? About to mess your world up with a second half of absolute pain. You keen for that? Defensive structure, no sense. I could not tell you what our defensive structure is. It makes no sense. If one person is not staying in the correct position, we're cactus.
Yep.
You've got blue hair. Like, how much more pain can this club put me through?
I think we can
name
find a
change.
way.
We probably will. Name change, blue hair. We had a therapy session here.
Mm-hmm.
We are literally the best team in the league for half of football.
Mm-hmm.
If 60 minutes were the length of games here, it would be over for everyone else in the league. because you wouldn't get near us.
How were you at halftime against the Hawks? I forgot.
Up by 20 points.
Well, there you go.
Yep. Up by 41 points in the second quarter against Richmond, then up by 25 at halftime, up against the Dogs last round, by 20 odd at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
Unreal. So this is the stat here. In the second halves of games, the Blues have conceded 156 points and have only kicked 67 themselves. 2 and 13 in the last 15 games. You take out North and West Coast, we haven't beaten another team since the 21st of June last year. So you take out the North and West Coast wins, we haven't beaten other team since the 21st of June. We're us.
That's almost a full calendar year.
Yeah, I know. We're us. We are absolute us. This SEN caller summed it up perfectly.
Same old crap every single week. Skill errors, turnovers, I find I almost sound like a broken record because it's the same stuff every week. We don't see anything new anymore. Does Evans have photos of Voss on his phone? I mean, why is he getting a game? He drops Lucas Campriali tonight. Why? Tom DeConning, if you don't want to sign now for the club, I've got no issues with him leaving. If he wants to go chase success, I don't blame him. If Patrick Cripps walked into the club on Monday morning and said, I'm out of here, I don't blame him because what he's done for this football club, I'm sorry to say, he's with a pack of losers. Voss sits there smirking in his press conferences. What are you smirking about, mate? I bust my ass like every other member all week working to get there tonight, and we're leaving the grounds frustrated. We're going to be bottom 2 by the end of this week. And you're sitting there smirking at press conferences and having a bit of a chuckle.
What do you think Carlton may have done with Matt Kennedy in their side tonight?
You can go and sack Voss.
I'm with him right now. So I don't get it. Have a look. I mean, have a look.
We'll have a quick break. You want to have a look, Dan?
It's ready?
Ready?
Great. Happy days.
All right, we'll be back in a second, listeners.
And if Vossi smirks one more time or laughs in the press conference, he started off his press conference with a laugh. This is the first thing that comes out of his mouth. Ollie, him play the first thing after we've just been rolled, embarrassed, moving to 0-3. This is the first thing that he can muster up.
So how do you process that result?
Laughing! What are you laughing about? We're the biggest joke in the league and you're laughing in your press conference? Is there a joke you want to let us in on? Is something funny said in the rooms? Is this shit funny to you? Changing my name to Richmond, having blue hair? Like, is that it? Am I a joke to you? I know the answer, I am. But you're laughing when you ask a question about how do you turn things around. It's the first thing. Get out! Get out! Take a box, put your shit in it, and skip town.
Look, I just felt like we
just wanted to play it again.
Play it again. The first thing.
Throughout the game.
The first thing. 0-3.
So how do you process that result?
He's laughing. He doesn't care. He's like, you know what? I actually find this hilarious that you guys are paying me to do this. Nothing like in football, even I know that things change, the game changes, you have to adapt. It's like trends on social media. You have to adapt to what's happening.
Sure.
Yes, there's a place for contested footy. Yes, there's a place for clearances, wholeheartedly. But also, we've seen for the first month of football, you have to move the footy and move it quickly. The Saints have fucking done it.
Yeah.
You guys are boring as shit, with all due respect. And you were boring to watch last year, but you guys move the ball now. You just have to. Blues can't do it. For some reason, we refuse to do it. They tried doing it, hitting 45s to the start of the game. It looked really good. But for some reason, they thought after halftime, you know what would be hilarious? That was good, but there's 45,000 people there. The best thing to do here is just to stop doing it. And they did it. So, I don't know. And then they keep rolling out the same thing post-game, like disappointing our efforts, but defensively, like the numbers are telling us really good. Hey, I'm telling you right now, stop looking at the numbers because it's not good. If you think you're being good defensively, I got an absolute newsflash for you. The other team's scoring more points than you. So you can't be that good. As I sit here with a towel on my head, with blue hair.
Are you ready to take it off?
Well, first I'll just say well done to the Dogs.
That's true.
Can we give them the credit? They're playing injured right now, and they came out and wanted it more, and they were down, and the mindset for them should have been like, you know what, Blues off 2 losses in a row. They're in the media a lot. We've got some dogs out. we should just roll up and be competitive. We don't have to win this. To come back and win that, unreal. I'm happy for Matt Kennedy. I'm happy for Liam Jones. I'm happy for the whole Dogs, for Bevo. Getting some soldiers back. They're doing some things. They have, what do we put here? Sam Davidson. Where'd they find him? Pick 51 in the draft. Like, he's an absolute dog.
Yep.
Has 31 touches. Kennedy 22 and 2 goals. Like, the Dogs are just, they've got the biggest hearts.
Mm-hmm. And
they deserve everything that they're going to get this season when they get some soldiers back and hopefully make a run at finals. Good on the Dogs. Happy for them.
Mm-hmm.
Should we now do this?
Mm-hmm.
So after all that was the weekend from hell, we've now come to this point where I can finally reveal the blue hair. Now, it might alarm some of you, it might shock you. Mm-hmm. So let's all just remember, this is very much a safe space here where we encourage people to be who they are,
Mm-hmm.
blue hair, not blue hair, and we're very supportive of them. So in the comment section, if this comes a clip, we're very like, hey, you're a legend, thanks for everything, keep doing God's work, in those words. So here we go. Don't laugh, Ollie.
I'm not.
So what do we think of this?
It is, I don't know what I was expecting, but it is blue, mate.
Yeah.
That is blue.
Starting to feel like Rory could pull it off a bit better than old Gozzo.
Side profile's not fantastic.
I look like the Joker in the new Joker with the Aussie chick, Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
That's Jared Leto, I think.
Is it?
Don't know. I made that up. I think it is. But I look like the Joker. I look absolutely ridiculous.
I still think you should have maybe done a bit more like what Rory did, so shave your hair, because you've still got sort of like that Port Melbourne accountant's look.
But with blue hair.
But with blue hair.
Yeah, I look absolutely ridiculous. Now I'm going to sit like this. This is where I'm at. I'm just a picture of, if you had to sum up Carlton supporters and how they're going at the moment, you just frame this. How their mental state is.
It's been 3 weeks too. It's not long. And look at it.
I'm not saying anything anymore. I'm not opening my mouth up.
No.
Nah, I was going to do something for Collingwood, but I'm not.
Actually, I had a good idea for Collingwood.
Oh, what is it?
Well, I reckon, like, obviously you're not going to get yourself tattooed of the Guernsey.
No.
But you know what would be funny is if we got electric tape, put it down your chest to make the bars, and then you went and got a spray tan.
That would be, that's yeah.
Wouldn't that be good? So then you had the
It'd be less
Guernsey on.
painful.
Yeah. I reckon that'd be good.
That's what this club's done to me. It's an absolute joke. They're probably laughing, probably in their Monday meeting going, ha ha ha, look at Goz's hair, this is funny, this is hilarious. No, it's not. Fucking over it. I'm over it. Just stop doing what you're doing to us as a fan base. Just come on. Like, I've got blue hair. I've got kids. 32 years old. Look like a fucking garden gnome and a smurf.
Millhouse.
Look like Millhouse. I'm going to walk down the street. Oh, look, Millhouse is here. Giants are into me about looking like Millhouse. That's where I come to cry. I look so dumb. This is so stupid that it's come to this, that this club is just putting me through it like this. Look at me.
It doesn't look
No one takes me seriously. No one respects me. And I get that. I deserve it. But look like a complete idiot. More so of an idiot. Let's get through this game so I can get out of here. Because I need to go to ground quickly. All right, no matter if it's work or play, Mongrel has a boot for you. I wish they had a boot that was like a boot that you could wear to deflect everyone coming for you. Because if they did, I would definitely buy 10 pairs of those and I'd wear them to bed every night. But Mongrel Boots manufacture premium safety and non-safety boots. Oh my God, they might have some.
They might.
Actually, at this point, no. The Mongrel Boots are actually safety boots for me. Non-safety boots for you, the Aussie worker. When you clock off, slip on a pair of our K9 range. Nothing but the best for you and your feet. Mongrel Boots are proudly Australian-made, owned and operated since 1930. That was before... No, that was... Saints hadn't won a flag then.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
They haven't. So people were rocking Mongrel Boots at that time.
Pre-flag.
Wow. That's huge. Mongrel Boots is backed by 5 generations of experience in Mongrel Boots, Aussie-born and bred. Saturday. We're trying to do this seriously for those looking on YouTube. Saturday, Melbourne got the absolute shit beat out of them for the second week in a row. The Suns beating them by 10 goals. Start with the Suns. Absolute wagon. I think, you know when like your ex starts looking good? I should text them.
And they've started to respond to you too.
Yeah, they're reaching out. I should
really
text
reached
them.
out.
I should really text them. You up? Like they're looking really good. One of the best makeovers of all time.
Yeah.
Rebrand wise, they're rolling. And we don't talk about them because they've been irrelevant for mostly 15 years. But this is a serious team right now. Serious teams that Ollie just cannot take me seriously right now. They're fun and dangerous. I like the fun and dangerous teams. That's exactly what they are. First time they beat the Demons in 11 years, and the only game they'll play the MCG this year.
I know.
Which is...
So it's that and the Giants, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
They're not travelling. I mean, next time they'll play here is maybe a final, grand final. But to all year not to play the MCG again is an absolute joke. So if we're going off the first 4 rounds, they're definitely, and they are in the ladder, but they'd be a top 4 team.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Like in terms of way, I know you can be top 4 and win games easily, but they look like a genuine going forward top 4 team.
Their percentage is looking great too.
What is it?
230.
That's like under 11 stuff.
By far, so Hawthorn in first, they've got 127.
230 their percentage.
Unless that's wrong, but it says Adelaide Crows 164, Brisbane Lions 114, Gold Coast Suns 230.
Team that's grown up.
Yep.
Hit puberty. I mean, like, whoa, okay. That looks good. You know? This guy, they aren't shitting the team anymore.
No.
They don't shit the bed, sorry, anymore. They look good.
Yeah.
Really good. And they can win away from home now. Couldn't win away last year. So Dimmer's just been the perfect fit for this team. I'm glad they went to Italy to recruit him. To get him.
Sorry?
To recruit him. And Love Fest is over at Melbourne. They're done. They don't love each other. This is a real hate relationship at the moment. Sometimes it's good. You think things are changing. Maybe I should stay in this relationship. They should all get out. And Melbourne and Carlton should probably merge.
I didn't mind that option.
I'm thinking they merge. They bring Track, Clary, Gorney. Probably that's it. Maisie, Lever, and then we'll bring a crowd for sure.
Yeah.
We'll definitely bring a crowd. We should get together.
The Melbourne Blues. How good was that?
Well, it makes sense because I'm in Melbourne and I've got the Blues.
That's
emotionally
true.
And...
Would you go for that or the Carlton Demons?
Melbourne Blues more fitting given how much they'll hurt you. So that's just an obvious one. But we're both in hell. So we'd both be in hell together. I think we all get the feeling now that Simon Goodwin, the Melbourne fans want him out. It does feel like every Melbourne fan wants Simon Goodwin out though. And I wouldn't mind, maybe they do need a fresh start, like everyone at the club needs a fresh start.
Yeah.
Track's soul looks like it's left his body playing for them at the moment. Doesn't want to be there. Yeah. He doesn't want to be there. Everyone wants out, and nothing but bad things have happened since midway, since last season. Like, I don't think this relationship can be recovered. It's not a good situation for any player there at the moment.
Did you see that part? I think he held holding the ball, and he just sort of looked at the umpire, had his arms up, just laughed.
Motionless.
Just like, I'm done.
What's he got, another like 4 years there? 5 years there? The same
Imagine knowing that.
That you've got 5 more years of that.
Yeah.
So something has to change there. It's been a long time. The Melbourne fans are calling for Goody. Surely that the leaders, Gorney came out and said that the leaders need to stand up and it wasn't good enough from some of them.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about like definitely a few players, Maisie, Track, not Clary. Clary's been good, but some good players. So they're all the Goody thing with Gorney, with the bus situation. Now Gorney calling out the leaders, Track not wanting to be there. Like, it's not a good situation for him.
No.
So something has to change. And we heard last year that Track went in there and was like, hey, it's either me or him. Allegedly. Like, so is there a world where they say, this is too far gone right now, we move off you? Even like the Brad Green president and Cozzy Pickett stuff's just weird.
Yeah.
Rolling on a Monday to work at the Melbourne Footy Club would be just hard work at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Even going to the games is hard.
What do you reckon's worse, rolling up at Carlton or Melbourne?
I'm thankful that Melbourne exists because they're worse than us at the moment.
Right, okay.
I think their situation's way worse. At least we're in games. They were in the Giants game. They were nowhere near it in the Kangas game for a quarter and a half. Mm-hmm. And then on the weekend, they may as well not rocked up.
Mm-hmm.
Melbourne have it way worse than Carlton.
Okay. I don't think it's way worse when you haven't played a second half so far this year, but
they've lost by 20 goals in the last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
We lost by like 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
They're worse. Their situation's way worse.
Okay.
It is. But they've got now Geelong Friday night.
Yeah.
So that's hell. They're going to hell. They can't win that. There's no way they win that game.
I reckon you're both going to hell, to be honest.
I'm already in here. I've got
Like-
fucking blue hair, mate.
Like,
So
it's-
there's that. Saints all the way back. Well done, Saints. 82-point winners over Richmond. Now, we heard you were starting chance. I was 29 chance. Early or when?
I reckon like 3/4 time.
You started the chance?
I started chance.
Yep. What were
I
you running with?
always start Mason at my Mason Wood.
That gets good.
In the headshots at the start. Always do that. You could hear it on the broadcast too.
We couldn't hear it at the ground. Chris Scott.
Oh, true. But that's how much the crowd were going off. They were loving that.
They
one.
loved it. Okay.
There was a bit of, have you ever felt like this when Jackie Higgins kicks it through the sticks?
You guys are off your heads down there. Yeah, you should be, because you aren't supposed to score 135 points. Last quarter, he scored 10 goals, and doing it without Butler, Hunter Clark, Dow, Dougal Howard, Max King, Philippou, and Stocker. So you're like the Bulldogs.
Yep.
But we haven't
Just getting
spoken
the
about
job
you
done.
like the Bulldogs. You're just getting the next man up mentality.
Yep.
Let's go kick some goals. Chopsticks I haven't seen chopsticks once this year. With the first game, semi-chopstick awareness.
There was definitely chopstick awareness for sure.
But no, not since then, absolutely not. So, and your pressure's just good. Even in the last quarter, like, you were still hunting in packs.
Yeah.
Up by 10 goals, and you still 2 to a tackler, like, good pressure, kicking goals still, finishing off the game well.
It felt like a coming-of-age game for a couple of people, Mitch Owens in particular, because they were continuing that pressure that you just touched on. Like, just there continuously. You know, we're either blow a lead and just hold on, or let a team go out to a massive lead and we'll claw it back. But we just kept building. It was really mature the whole way through.
We do.
It was
It's
exciting.
just some guys up forward.
Yep.
Like Owens is there, but really it's just like a VFS for Higgins VFL forward line. They're just doing a roll
On
up
the
there.
weekend, yeah. I mean, you know, Cooper Sharman comes back in for his first game of the year, so yep, you know, he's not going to change the world necessarily.
No. Like a Max Hall.
Max Hall, who's been really good as well, but like, you know, he only debuted a couple of weeks ago, so yeah.
Yeah, you just make like
It's a
130
bit
points is
mismatched.
huge for who's out of your team. So who got this week?
Port Adelaide.
Over in Adelaide.
Yeah, and then we are staying the week for gather round.
Oh, you're staying there?
Yeah.
Wow, massive.
So they're going to fly in on the Saturday, game on the Sunday, and yeah, they'll just stay.
Big.
No real point, I guess.
Not really, yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely not. But Richmond are just back to being shitmen. Going to get the absolute shit kicked out of them again. It's just hilarious. Like, every time that they lose, it just makes the fact that they beat Carlton so much funnier. Like, sadly, it's funny now. Because it's just like, how did that happen?
If they continued the next 2 weeks and just destroyed teams, you'd be like, okay,
I'd
well,
take
we just
that.
got it wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I think
and they're around the league now. It's like, no, you can't lose to them, otherwise you'll be the new Carlton.
Yeah.
Like, it's a real thing here. And every time they lose now, Richmond, Carlton lose more. So they're not even really losing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Carlton losing more than them.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot believe it. So, well done, Saners. All the way back for sure going into Port Adelaide. Saturday night, thanks everyone, especially the AFL, for starting 2 games at the same time. I don't know how we're doing this for the rest of the year. We can't keep doing this. It's a real issue.
It's the same for this weekend, is it?
I don't know. I haven't seen. Is
Better
it?
not be.
It was just impossible to keep track of 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have that split screen system set up, good luck trying to even try and focus on one of the games or 2 of the games.
We've only got the one this Saturday night.
A standalone?
Which is good.
Thank you for that. But the first one was Hawks. Hawks just keep rolling. 2-goal winners over the Giants. Now, conditions in Tassie were horrible. I did question the lights going into it. I said, are we sure the lights work? And you're like, yeah, they do work. One blew out.
They worked.
They did work.
Asterisks, they worked.
They worked.
I said past tense.
The league's taking the piss here with this ground. I think it's a real, let's just see what we have, and when we're building the new stadium, what we need. So lights is a massive one.
Put that in.
Put in. We'll take 4 massive lights. Need
Yep.
that for the ground, and a roof.
I don't see the obsession with the roof.
The wind was gross. It made it just disgusting to watch.
But that's just weather.
Yeah, but
It's
no.
a winter sport.
But not like that. That's just
Mate,
not
we
even
don't-
football. That's not football down there. That's just like, we have a 5-goal breeze.
Dan, we do
We're
not
gonna
live in Antarctica.
We're going to
It
launch
was a
the
bit
ball.
windy.
A bit windy? It was a 7-goal breeze. A bit windy, you reckon? Giants are up by 40 points. A bit windy. A bit windy is like 7 goals, Ollie. It wasn't a bit windy. It was like monsoon. Mate, then you say they got to put a roof on it.
Play to the conditions, brother.
No, well, those conditions stink. You wouldn't go down there. I think even and everyone's like, oh, but if Tassie come in, it's going to be their home ground advantage. Good luck recruiting anyone to play in that. What? I love playing. It's such a great home ground advantage. We've got that pocket. Oh, and also there's a 14-goal breeze to one end, so always kick with that. Yeah, just a little insider knowledge.
Checks out to me.
But the Hawks keep finding a way to win. Do it in a flashy way. Do it from coming behind, like in that weekend game against the Giants down the shitfest win, down and dirty shit fight. That's a team.
Mhm.
Serious team. 4-0 now. Last time they were 4-0, they went on to win the flag. So they're just in a different league.
Mhm.
They're in an absolutely different league of their own. They're just rolling them out, winning in different ways. They had to do it again in that they were down by 6 goals in the first quarter, so that was different for them.
Mhm.
Found a way. They're just an absolute wagon. Now they have 2 weeks off, which is big before they roll in to gather round for the Ken revenge game. Cannot wait for that.
That's the one to watch on that weekend.
That's
I think.
Sunday night's
That's
one.
the game.
That's the one to watch. You shouldn't have that to see how Ken handles it because they're going to beat the absolute shit out of Port.
You reckon?
They'd be so angry. They got 14 days off now to just rest, then come back, go for a surf, swim, go up to Byron, get some sun somewhere, and then come back and just wind yourself up.
Having said that, though, you did say last week that you don't necessarily rate teams coming off a bye.
No, I don't. No, I don't at all. But I do rate that they'd be wound up here. Know what happened last year? The wings out, insulting Guinea Can rivalry. Ooh.
That's true.
Tom Barras, perfect to pick up for this team. He's so good. He's so good for Hawthorn.
Yeah.
Like he's exactly what they needed. So they keep rolling. The Giants will be sweet. Giants are still going to be a top 4 team. They've got nothing to worry about. They're always in games. They keep rolling. They're competitive. They literally, as we've said numerous times here, they make you beat them. They don't roll over at all. So that's the way they're always going to be. Adam Kingsley has trained it into them. They're going to be a wagon as well. Just you have to beat the Giants because they won't beat themselves. So their banner was very funny.
Yeah.
The banner pre-game, see that?
Oh, I did, yeah.
It said 2 teams on different levels. Forget the Hawks. Where are the Devils?
Yeah, good. The Devils loved it too.
Did they?
Yeah. They posted it.
Actually?
Yeah.
It's good by them. Yeah, I mean, you definitely are on 2 different levels because the Hawks won, so you'd be on a lower level than them. So it does check out. The banner is true. And then hit me with a drive-by. What was that about? Well, my couple drive-bys. In their post-game Instagram story, they put the results up and they lost. And then the next slide was like, Bart and Millhouse. This is where I come to cry. I was like, I'm sitting on my couch. What did I do to deserve that?
It's not as bad as the Brisbane drive-by that one day. That was all time.
Man, I'll sit on my couch and my phone will go off and like I can guarantee those notifications mean a random team had decided to throw me in your stuff. That's your stuff. Leave me out of it. I had nothing to do with this game. Your little win fest is your own issue. I'm at home on my couch thinking about blue hair, and then all of a sudden I get dragged in this 11:30 at night. I'm finding at the moment the best therapy for me is, especially to do the Blues game stuff, the best therapy for me is just to create a burner account on Twitter and just argue with some random bloke for like an hour and a half.
It's a smart idea.
From like 11:30 to 1, and you're not going to win the argument, but just to be like, you know what, I'm not going to bed until you agree with my point here. And it's like, come to bed. I was like, I can't. I'm just waiting for like, Moon Lord 69 to agree with me. Okay. He's not done yet. He's still arguing with me.
Is that a real username? He said someone that's had a go.
So that's where I'm at. That's my therapy at the moment.
Has it helped?
Not really. It makes things worse.
No.
Yeah, that was Saturday night game. Brisbane just giving Geelong nightmares still. 9-point winners at home. Again, conditions that look horrible. It was wet. It was rainy. Then the wet and rain went away. And then it was humid and wet. Same thing. It was humid and wet. It was just gross. Just a real tough game to watch on the TV. It was a real chopstick game.
Do they need a roof?
No, they don't.
What? So here's your bias. Why is it that another place can have?
No, because someone's backyard wasn't in the forward pocket. That's why. There wasn't a genuine, like a car in the middle of the ground because it was so windy down there. The wooden ship festival wasn't blowing into the ground. That's why.
Wooden boat festival.
Wooden boat. Like that's why. It's a difference.
Okay.
When there's not houses flying around. Terrible game to watch. Gross, tough game because Dermy was also on the commentary once again. Fox Footy, we are asking you to please give him a fake microphone.
Yeah.
I have no idea where he's going sometimes. He must be on a work quota, but like we say to all the people who call up, at some point when you start a sentence, you got to land it.
Yeah.
And you got to realize where the landing zone is. He'll start a sentence and it'll roll and roll and roll, and all of a sudden you've got a plane out of fuel and it just crashes. And we got no idea what he said. So that was tough. But Geelong, I mean, they're so hard to read. I cannot get a read on them. Had the first round, then post that, Saints game was tough. Brisbane, they played a half of football, then didn't even score a goal in the third quarter, so I can't get a read on them at all. Are they good? Are they old? Are they a mix of too young and too old and a massive gap in the middle? Like, I have no idea what they are at all. So, but Brisbane, we aren't respecting. Oh, well, I'm not maybe. Won the flag, we thought they should just keep, maybe they fall away because of Joe.
Mm-hmm.
How they're going to keep their goals, their structure will be the same, they're going to have a hangover. No.
They're
kick-ons.
kick-ons. They're kick-ons.
They're just finding ways to score. Doing it in different ways. Like after half-time was just all Brisbane as well. So they're going to be a serious threat again. Even though it should be no surprise, it does feel like a surprise. And Cats aren't frauds yet, but are on their way to fraud town. If they lose Friday night to Melbourne, I think it might be Thursday, Friday. If they lose that game, they're in fraud town.
I think it's Friday night. Yeah, you've got the Thursday.
Oh, stop putting us on against Collingwood.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's bad. That's bad.
Why does it get worse for us? So they got Friday night.
Yeah.
So if they lose that, Geelong are in fraud town for sure. Jeremy Cameron as well is so confusing. I don't know if he doesn't want to play football at the moment. Does he want to be on the farm? Does he look really disengaged?
And he was playing as a backman. It's against the Kilda. That threw me off.
This thing of him going wherever he wants has to stop. I think Chris has to be like, hey, can you hear me? Because I could tell him to turn the music down. If not, okay, it's already down.
Exactly.
Do you want to play maybe just as a forward? Suggestion? You can do what you want because I love you. But suggestion would be we play as a forward maybe.
I think genuinely speaking, the vibe I'm getting is you're better up forward.
Yeah.
Take it or
the
leave
vibe
it.
I'm getting with you, Jez, is that when you're in the back pocket and we have the ball on the wing, would love if you were in the other back pocket, which is called a forward pocket. But just love you so much, don't leave us. Just putting that out there. He needs to fight. He needs to go back home to stay. He should have a rule, don't leave the 50.
Yeah.
Just stay the 50 and let everyone else do the work up there.
Like netball.
You should put a bib on him and say, this is your zone. You go past that.
Your goal attack.
The rest of the ground's lava if you leave the 50.
Yeah, there you go.
That kind of game. So well done, Brizzy. They're 3-0, just finding ways to win. And not even firing yet. Sunday, Adelaide. 6-goal winners against the Shinboners. Now, I thought this was going to be 10 goals. Well done to North for hanging around all game.
Absolutely.
Made it tough on them. In the past, this Shinboners team would have got rolled by 70 points and would have rolled over. But that wasn't a fluke then last week from what they did in Adelaide.
Mm-hmm.
Tough trip to go to Adelaide to even be competitive against the Crom.
Mm-hmm.
We all thought maybe the win against Melbourne was a flash in the pan. No, they're way better than they were last year. So if Finn O'Sullivan's a dog, you saw him, he's going to be a serious player to watch. And the Crows, fun and dangerous. Another team that's fun and dangerous. They're just fun to watch. They've won all 12 quarters this year.
Wow.
And their goal, it just feels like when you're watching a game, everyone's kicking a goal.
Mm-hmm.
So we went through their goal kickers list. Thilthorpe and Fogarty have kicked 9 goals. Keys kicked 7. Walker's kicked 6. Rochelle, who fractured his ribs in the first quarter, still has kicked 6 of the season. Rankin's kicked 4, but he's playing more of a mid. He had 30 touches this week. And then Saligo, who's a mid, has kicked 4. Neil Bourne's kicked 4. So they're literally just lining up to kick goals and kicking for fun. Serious team in Adelaide.
I was just checking. So we had the 8 different goal scorers on the weekend. They're just, it's where's it going to come from?
Haven't
next?
lost
just lining up.
Haven't lost a quarter. Have kicked 100 points in every game. It's just too easy for them. Now they got up to play the Gold Coast. That's going to be an unreal game. Wouldn't even had it on the radar as a good game to watch pre the season starting. Adelaide Suns.
That's good.
Up there. No, I guarantee not one person is playing a lick of defense. This is going to be, you score 180, we'll score 190.
120 Saturday.
If the weather is even remotely nice, 20 degrees and sunny, would be a worst case scenario. 25 is perfect range for this game. If it's wet, it'll be gross.
29 degrees, sunny with a little bit of cloud cover.
That's the fastest track for these teams to just pepper. If you're sitting behind the goals, take a helmet and have the heads up at all time because they're going to kick so many goals. Whatever the overs is, point-wise, get on it right now. Get on it. So Crom are rolling. Up the Crom. Could they be serious? We're thinking they're serious. I'm on them big time.
Yeah.
We were saying now, 4 rounds in the season, they're serious.
Well, I think this is going to be a really fascinating game for a couple of reasons. I think both teams need to win this to be serious. And then I think if they do, I'm on them.
It's a genuine legitness test.
Yep.
For both teams. Okay, I like that. And then to round out the round, West Coast still the worst team out west. They stink. They're. I mean, both these teams that feel like they both stink still. I know Freo won by 38 points, but it would have been. There wasn't really a nap game in this round, but I think this would be one where I show Poppy at night to like, you're tired. I know you're tired. Watch the Derby, Dorby.
Yeah,
because that would be the perfect put you to sleep game. It was gross. Freo should have won by so much. They kicked 16 points and kicked 3 out in the fall. Should have won by heaps. And the Eagles didn't look bad until they decided for some reason to stop playing any defense in the last quarter, and then they looked really bad. I do love this about them, though. They stood by their guy. 9-minute mark, they all stood up and just flipped off their own team. But just a message to Harley, it's like, we ride with you.
Yep.
I rated it. The broadcast didn't show it, and apparently Optus Stadium turned off the clocks. So they didn't know when the 9-minute mark was. So the league didn't want it.
Grow up.
By the league?
Yeah,
let him do it. Now, I'm all for the AFL can't find all of you. So good luck. I liked it. I loved it. It was great. And people are like, oh, it's so cringe. Nah, this is what sport is built on.
It's culture.
Doing stuff that just says, you know what, we're not going to cop this. We're going to do our own thing here.
Do you reckon there were enough people doing it? Because we were saying it would be a bit uncomfortable if there was just 1 or 2 people.
There was enough to make it look like it was all right.
Yeah, okay.
There was no like one solitary finger. There was like a crowd of people in pockets of the stadium doing the finger. Good on them, Perth people. Just I love the amount of craziness in it and actually following through. So I don't know if Harley Reid, like he's going to obviously be like, these guys have my back. Now, does he have their back? Not really sure. He's just fighting everyone at the moment. And we love him. He's our guy, but he just looks so angry at the moment. Just bashing anyone that goes near him. Like he's just, I'm all for having a dog in you, but when the dog starts saying, I don't even care about that leather football going around, I just want to bash someone, that's when I go, okay, time to put the dog into like dog training.
Yeah.
Put the muzzle on it. Even Adam Simpson said, he was commentating, he's like, Harley probably has been a bully all his football life. And now that things aren't going his way, this is why he's getting so frustrated.
That makes sense.
He's so angry, man. I really hope he's not entering like a villain era.
Well, it's too early for a villain era.
Oh, well, Jason Horne-Francis had one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like it, but it feels like he's entering his villain arc. It's got Jason Horne-Francis vibes all over it.
Yeah.
Which I hate. But
that was a pretty yucky time, wasn't it?
It's yucky and he's young, but he's... Oh, I don't want him to enter it, but I think he is, sadly. It's going to be hard for him to get out of it. And the pressure is there, like the media pressure, the money pressure. It's been there since he got to West Coast. And now the pressure of, I think we're realising that Harley isn't going to be a 25 to 30 touch player. He's more like a 15 to max 20 couple goals. And he's closer to a Cam Rayner than he is a Nick Dacos. So I think we've got to put that to rest. He's not going to be high disposal in the game for the whole 4 quarters. He'll be in and out of games, and that's going to be the player he is. A lot of pressure. He's going to get paid still. No, he's not playing well, but someone's going to pay him.
Yeah.
I feel for him.
That was a good way of describing him. I think you're right.
He won't be Harry Sheezel, Nick Dacos, Matty Rao.
No.
That category of like lots of ball, impactful, always in the game.
Yeah.
In and out. Dusty towards the end of his career when Dusty was more forward. Like he's starting forward at the moment. I don't know if that's a fitness thing or if that's like what he's trying to do with him.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe they do have to just put him in the midfield and just unleash him for a game of football. And knowing that he's probably going to cramp up and blow up. But he's not in there because he looks like he can't run out the full game in the mid. So who knows? He'll work it out. But speaking of Reeds, the best Reed in Perth is Murphy Reed. This guy's a stud. He's going to be a stud. Drifted out at pick 17. The fact he was pick 17 is crazy. He looks like a serious player. Come in, ready-made, into that midfield, playing more forward and still getting a lot of football, being dangerous around goals. Like, he's the best Reed in town at the moment. Best Reed in Perth. And then Freo, well done. You got to win. Fans will be happy. But again, you, as I said at the start, you might be the most boring team in the league. Just a snooze fest of how you're moving the football, missing targets still. But I can't complain, and you shouldn't either. You got to win. I'd love a win. I would love to know what that feels like. So, well done to them. Well done to Caleb Sarong, 4th Glenn Dinning Allen medal.
Say that again, sorry?
Glenn Dinning?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it is it?
Do you want me to check for you?
No, it is. I think it is. 35 touches, 17 contested, 10 clearances. Absolute dog. That is Caleb Sarong. So, as we leave round 3 into round 4. We've got 3 teams that haven't won a game. Carlton, Melbourne, West Coast. That is grim. Carlton have Collingwood Thursday night. Damn it. Melbourne have Geelong.
It says it all, doesn't it? Just damn it. And you've known about this for months that you had them. But damn it.
You should be able to trade in games like for other games down the track. So can we play like a West Coast now? That'd be good. We'd probably lose the West Coast. Melbourne, the winless team, have Geelong Friday, and the Eagles have the Giants. So which one of those 3 teams is not winning a game? Which one of those 3 teams is going to
say those 3 fixtures again? So
Carlton have Collingwood, Melbourne have Geelong, West Coast have Giants. Which one of those 3 teams that haven't won a game will win a game first?
Well, I don't think any of those 3 teams will win this weekend.
No, they won't, which takes Carlton to West Coast and gather round.
Yeah.
And then Melbourne have Essendon at Adelaide Oval after Carlton and Eagles.
I reckon you'll win first.
I don't feel confident about anything. I've got blue hair. I feel absolutely horrible about myself. So we go again. By the next step, we put this behind us. We come and unpack or preview the round that is going to be round 4, and then we just try and climb the mountains again. And hopefully Thursday night, short week in footy. That's what you want. Time for a response, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Time to just come out. We win against Collingwood, and everything that's happened, the Richmond game, the Hawks shitting the bed, the West Coast shitting the bed, the blue hair, the name change, that is all forgotten if we beat those mongrels.
Yeah.
So let's see. Hopefully they do. I'm not feeling confident at all. I'm gonna go home and just put my head in the sand because I can't keep rocking this. So I'll see you all for a round preview.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.